going, everybody? Chaos Gamer here, and yes, we are back with some more My Hero Ultra Impact. And in today's video, after getting so lucky on the Shoto banner, here we are with the showcase. So with that being said, let's not waste any more time. Let's blow this shit right the hell up. And ladies and gentlemen, let us get started with today's video. And you can let me know down below, how do you personally feel about the Shoto, whether watching it from my video or using him himself? Do you feel like he's good, or do you feel like he's bad? Now let's take a look at the skills, starting off with the Plus Ultra, 100 million fire and ice attack. This 600% damage to a single opponent, increases the skill impact by 30% when character has block, which is the new thing that Shoto is introducing into the game. Basically, I'll explain it in an easier term for people to understand. You gain more HP, but since you gain more HP, you do lose in speed. So you're going to be like the slowest team on the field. However, Shoto is going to be able to take a lot more hits with that remaining HP that you have that is boosted. However though, once that HP is gone, you are able to return your speed to normal. But I feel like since Shoto is going to be on a team where Plus Ultras are going to be activated majority of the time, or when his block is going to go away, we have the second action skill ready to go, he's going to have block up for majority of the match. But let's keep on reading what he is doing. Increase character's max HP by 10% for 3 turns, and gives the character the ability to block, which grants him a total of 120 additional HP of the current HP for 3 turns. He gains different HP when different types of blocks are being active. So like on the second active skill, he's getting a different amount of HP. On the first auto score, I think it is, he's getting a different amount of HP. So just remember that with those buffs that are being activated on block, he is getting a different amount of HP. This does not affect guests when they activate their Plus Ultra. Gives all allies the ability to nullify 2 status ailments. Blocks the recovery of all allies that are covering allies or drawing aggro for 3 turns. This effect cannot be nullified or canceled, and does not affect guests as well. First active skill, which is going to be Fire Dance, deals 250% damage to all opponents with a medium chance of burning them for 3 turns. Increases skill impact of all allies by 30% for 3 turns. The cooldown is for 4 turns. Second active skill, which is going to be the Raging Fist, deals 400% damage to a single opponent and burns them for 3 turns. Increases defense of all allies by 20% for 3 turns when character has blocked. Gives character the ability to block, which grants him this time the additional 50% of current HP, rather than what we saw in the Plus Ultra, which is 120%. And then, however, where is it right here? Where did I lose myself at? Right here. Okay, so for 3 turns when character does not have block, he's getting that ability. The cooldown is for 5 turns. First auto skill, which is going to be the Silent Fighting type, increases character's max HP by 20% for 10 turns. Up to 1 time, this buff cannot be cancelled or blocked, and gives character the ability to block, grants additional HP equal to 200% of the current HP for 5 turns, up to 1 time. This does not affect guests. Gives all allies the ability to nullify 3 status ailments up to 1 time. After 2 turns pass while character has blocked, increases plus ultra gauge of all allies by 20% up to 3 times. So as you see right here, they're making it to where like the first 3 turns while he has block, well, 2 turns, but then you know you're also getting it for the second active skill, so that's why I'm calling it 3. He's gonna be making sure that everybody, including himself, because they would have said excluded character, is getting more of that plus ultra gauge. So he's gonna be able to, you know, just make it to where, again, block is gonna be active majority of the time for this man. Second auto skill, which is going to be heat resistance after character receives 2 attacks from a burning opponent, increases plus ultra move skill impact of all allies by 20% for 3 turns, and defense of all allies by 5% for 3 turns. Multi-hit attacks equal 1 attack. Can I just say, could this not be any longer? I think this is the longest second action skill we have in the game. I think we're going to have to start adapting to what Legends and Dokkan are doing to making it where it's easier to read passive, because again, nobody wants to read a long paragraph like this and try to remember what's in this long paragraph at the same time. But I digress, let's keep reading. Increase the character's max HP by 10% for 3 turns after the character receives 4 attacks from a burning opponent. Multi-hit attacks equal 1 attack. After the character receives 2 attacks from a scorched opponent, increases plus ultra move skill impact of all allies by 20% for 3 turns, and defense of all allies by 5% for 3 turns. Increases the character's max HP by 10% for 3 turns after the character receives 4 attacks from a scorched opponent. Multi-hit attacks equal 1 attack. So, my overall thoughts on how to use the Shoto before we even get into the showcase itself is that I feel like since you're already going to have block active in the first place, why not just activate the second action skill so it can make sure that by the second turn you are gaining more defense so your allies are able to tank better. And then once like you get that going, you're going to activate the first action skill and then just go off with the plus ultra right there. So now that we got that explanation out the way, let's move on to our first mode that we're going to be going to, which is going to be the V Tower. So I'll be right back. For our first opponent, we are going up against Hawks, and this is the team that we are going to be bringing. Just juicing him up with support and see how much damage he's able to fly with, because in terms of defensive, he should be alright. That's the whole thing with this character, just defensive, defensive, defensive. Also, a little side note before we do go into this fight is that majority of this video is going to be me looking at the stat changes just to see what buff is being up there with the block, because remember, there are going to be different block buffs activating through the majority of these fights. And also as well, I do have my other device just to make sure and see what part of the kit is being activated as well, because again, this is a new character and I want to make sure we showcase him as best as I can. If I do make a mistake as well, please let me know down below what mistake I did to make using the Shoto, because again, I am human at the end of the day just like you are, so we do make mistakes. So let's start off with activating this. We'll get this going for us right here, and then we do want to activate the second active skill under normal circumstances, but since we do have, you know, block being activated and all that stuff, and we're facing up against a freaking V tower enemy, just best to get more damage onto the Shoto. And then we're gonna look at the stat changes right here. So wait, what the hell is this value? So the current level of HP he has right now is 130,000? What? That sounds like so much HP. What the hell? We gotta see how much. But this is the one problem I already have with Shoto, right? I would love to see how much damage he is going to take of that current level HP threshold, but he doesn't have cover or aggro, and with the plus ultra being activated, he blocks recovery for aggro or covering allied characters. So if we wanted to put a support memory that will give him cover in the first place, because there is one that does that, then that becomes the issue of he's not going to be getting HP whatsoever until the 3 turns have passed. So that just sucks right there. I mean, I guess I'll still try it anyways, but I'll have to find the support memory first. Alright, so start off with 7,000 damage on each one of those hits. He's building himself up. If anything, I thought he was going to activate his plus ultra frame 1, but now he is. Let's see. Did anything change? Now it's at 124,000, so it is dropping slowly but surely. So let's activate this right here, this, and then get our second active skill, which our second active skill shouldn't be stacking. Just to check again, grants additional HP of 50%, 50% the character does not have block, but he does have block, so we're not getting that effect. We're getting the increased defense of all allies by 20% for 3 turns, so that is the effect that's going to be activated this turn. Once the buff block for 5 turns goes away, then that should start giving us that. Oh, 64k, I like that. Let's go, okay. Alright, so he's gonna slash us for 19,000. So we see that the current HP value is right above the green HP, so that's what he's currently sitting at. So now he has 100,000. Alright, let's just activate our plus ultras now, which should be giving us an additional block HP value. Alright, dodges that one. Dodges that one, but guess what? The main character that we wanted to show off is none other than Shoto right here. Alright, 999, nice. So let's see now how much of the block HP he has. So currently he is sitting at 130,000, so it goes back up to that value. But as we see right there, it says character additional HP equal to 120%. But why is it still giving us the same amount as the 200%? It's all the 50%, but still that doesn't add up though. Because 120 to 50, that's 170. So there's still 30% less. I guess. I guess. My mathematician is going crazy today. My brain. Alright, 18k. Get the buff. 8,000. I thought we would have been doing 10k by now, but it's whatever. It's crazy how we still hasn't touched our HP. That is insane to me. What the hell? Oh my god. Getting the defense up because we still have block going for us. He does 7,000. Interesting, okay. And then now we'll activate the plus ultras to wrap it up. I'm just going to activate Shoto's right here so we can get that nice, beautiful windscreen of him being in the middle. So go off, buddy. Show us. Alright, so first thing to note with this character that we're already seeing is just that, man, the amount of HP that he has, it looks like it's a lot. So I feel like we're going to get a character in the future that probably does go through block. I feel like there's no way they're going to introduce a character that doesn't do that. But now that we went through our first fight, let's move on to the second fight. So I'll be right back. Second fight is going to be up against the villain duo All For One and Shigaraki. Now I originally wanted to take on the Toga and the Twices, but since Shoto is boosted there, gaining more plus ultra gauge, I was like, oh hell no, we are not going to do that. So let's get into this fight and let's see how Shoto is going to be going up against round 2, which hopefully we can again see him go a little bit crazy with that AoE damage. That's all I want to see. That AoE damage pop a little bit more off. You're not gonna be doing anything for that long, Shigaraki. To be honest, like you and off one should be dead at max like 5 turns. I don't know. All right, so let's see. Again, I just want to check the block HP. So again, we are currently sitting at 130,000. So let's do this right here. Yeah, we'll just go offensive right here. And honestly, wait a minute. Did I just realize something? I'm an idiot. I thought that the 50% was another additional HP gain, but it was character takes on 50% of the damage received by the allies. I'm an idiot for forgetting that. That is my bad. Again, this character is going to make me feel stupid for now, so you're probably going to see me at my most stupidest state. But, again, we're learning together as a whole. Honestly, I just want to attack all four first. I don't want to attack Shigaraki. Let's go. In terms of Midoriya, not the... Midoriya just ignored me. Damn, 10k off rib. Jeez Louise. Alright, so we took 2,000 damage. Current HP now is 125,304. Let's do this. Off one. You should be done next turn. Like, next turn, AoE, dead. 999. Was that 999? Oh my god, what the hell? Relax, buddy. And you know what? Off one thinks he's so cute with this little debuff he's giving us when we literally have 2 characters that reduce cooldown time. So I'm sorry, off one, but get the hell out of my face, please. Disrespectfully, get out of here. Have a nice flight. Alright, now Shoto, let's see your damage. You should do 999. This is a pretty old climax battle. 86k, we'll take that. If he was level 110, for sure he would have got it. Damn, Midoriya, I thought your skills would have been back right now. What the hell? Now we gotta do 2 instead of 1. Midoriya, come on, man. You're letting me down here. How much max HP we have currently? Oh, well, current level, we have 130,000. Okay, let's keep it going. All right, this is gonna be doing 5,000 apiece. I'll take that. He's upgrading himself. Now let's do this, and Midoriya should be able to finish it off, no problem whatsoever. Honestly, did not want to fight this fight whatsoever, but this is off the top of my head the second AoE fight that has level 100 characters. If there's another one that I forgot, let me know, but that's off the top of the dome piece that I remember. I did not want to fight level 80s whatsoever. But let's move on to our final fight, which is going to be up against All Might. Alright, All Might, your day of reckoning has come. We're not wasting any time, just straight steamrolling through this fight. Let's get straight into it. Alright, just get another intro. Let me pause real quick. Oh, no, wait, the buffs are not active. Yeah, my bad. I was trying to speedrun seeing that stat changes and then going straight into the fight, but they were like, nope, Chaos, calm the hell down. Wait 1 second, and I am. Alright, so still the same HP. Again, I'm still doing this a lot, even though the numbers stay the same. Just so, like, when I am using him in other fights or something like that, I just automatically have on the top of my head how much of the current level he has. Alright, so same thing that we've been doing before for the past 2 fights. Let's see how much we start off with. I wish we had a climax battle. Oh, well, not climax battle. Sorry, V Tower opponent that was just hitting very hard. Very hard. Alright, 6,000. Took the damage for us. Slam. Alright, we got Midoriya going off with a nice 15k. Then we got Momo doing a nice 35k. And then finally, Shoto is doing 53k. So wait, I'm curious. Let's see the evasion right here, right? I'm not tapping the screen yet. I just want to hold on for a second to get my thoughts up. So with evasion being currently active, because I haven't seen it until now, is Shoto still going to take damage or not? Let's see. Okay, no, it dodges it for free. Alright. But I wanted to see it on another ally. They don't want to see it on Shoto himself. Yeah, let's keep it pushing it. Wait, did I activate it on Midoriya? Just in case if I activate it on Midoriya, I'm doing this. Alright, let's go. Support. 23k. And then 8,000. By next turn, we should probably see 10k from him. Alright, and I just proved it right there that with the dodge on Midoriya, Shoto does not take the damage as well. I just wanted to see, man. Maybe they would have made it to where that no matter what, you still take it to damage. And at that point, that would have been a nice little nerf to it as well, besides the speed debuff. But they're like, screw it. We already gave the speed debuff. We don't want to make it any worse for them. Alright, now let's do this to wrap it up. And then we'll go into V. Now, V. Why am I messing up today? So much more than usual, man. This block buff is blocking my brain to process information correctly out my mouth. But now that we finished with the V Tower segment, let's move on to Ultra Arena and see how he is going to fare. Honestly, 1,000% I am nervous for what we're facing. But I think Shoto probably got it. Arena is now live. Let's go up against our first opponent, which is going to be this team right here. Again, if you guys are new, I always like to explain this. I like to start off with easier opponents and then work my way up to tougher opponents. But you guys gotta see this right here. I could have went so easy as to go up against this team right here, but this would have been absolutely 100% for free. At least 2 turns, and we would have at least seen Shoto done a little bit of the stuff that he could do. So we're gonna start off with this team right here. So let's get straight into the fight. Now, since we are gonna be slow majority of the time, I just thought, you know what? Let's just give Shoto an offensive support memory. We're not gonna give him a defensive, a speed support memory. So it just makes sense to just go off with the anniversary support memory here. So, wow, we are still faster though. Damn, I know this team was weak, but I didn't think at least this weak. Like, especially with that Midoriya. That Midoriya has a lot of speed going for him. Alright, so get the AoE. Nice. Alright, so who are they going to be attacking? Alright, we took that damage right there. And then we took that damage right there. Nice, okay. Even from the normals we take as well. Nice, okay. So now let's do this. Get the boost. Get the support. And then he does a nice 38k. Let's go. Alright, that Midoriya is about to feel right very soon. Because he has no more evasion, plus Ultra is about to Hail Mary on him. Now, what sucks about this Shoto, compared to other characters that I like to use in Ultra Arena, is that he does not have a AoE plus Ultra. I feel like AoE plus Ultras are very beneficial to fights that you're going up against, especially with characters that have cover with evasion as well, because then you're not going to be hitting the other 2 allies. But in this instance, for this fight specifically that we are going up against, it's not that big of a deal. As we saw right there, though, Shoto was last. Alright, AoE, we did 22,000. That Midoriya is going to hit for a 19k. And then finally, this girl is going to go off with no damage whatsoever. How much are you going to do, Shoto? Let's see. 41k. So that Jito is just automatically dead for free. Let's keep it going. Now let's activate these action skills right here. Alright, skill impact and power down for then. 31k, you're dead. That Midoriya is dead. And then now it's just Aizawa left. The lone warrior, as we say. What happened? You couldn't attack? Also, what's another crazy thing with pairing it up with this Momo as well is that they're not going to be able to attack majority of the time with the charm debuff being active. So most likely, we're going to be able to keep this max HP of block going for us. Let's see how much currently he has sitting. He has 101,000. Okay. Alright, Momo, give us a support. And then give us a support as well with more max HP. Which again is crazy because Shoto is already getting a lot of max HP. And with the Midoriya stacking it up as well, I just feel like at this point the Shoto's going to be unkillable, man. Like, what the hell? They're lucky they didn't give him a new support memory. Alright, 34k. Midoriya hits it for 27k. And then finally, Shoto is going to be able to wrap it up with how much damage, buddy? 42k. So that was our first fight. We're going to be moving on to the second one. But this time, instead of using the first anniversary support memory, I want to try to give him the most fastest support memory that I currently have in my account. And see, with that speed, is he going to be at least a little bit faster or is he going to be slower? Second team that we are going to be going up against is this team right here. Pretty annoying that we have the Ashiro that's going to be reducing our plus ultra gauge down. And then the Shoto, who is max level 130 as well. I mean, could be level 120. I don't know. When I see the plus is either 120 or 130, I like to make the assumption that they tried so hard to make it to 130. But this is the reason why we're facing up against this plus sign right here. Normally, I don't like to fight these guys whatsoever because they're usually majority faster than me. But since this Shoto likes to be slow, and since the Shoto is majority based off his block, the best way to counter him is to have a character that remove buffs. So we're going to be testing that out by using Bakugo right here. I know, crazy. Bakugo back on the lineup. Who would have guessed that? But yep, he is here. Let's see how he's going to fit. I think we're going to do very good because, again, that buff block is not going to be lasting very long. We just have to make sure when that Shoto is active on the field that we get that first active skill ready to go. And what's good about this as well is that even though Ashiro is going to be removing our plus ultra charge by a certain amount, we're going to be having the upper hand with debuffs as well and still having more damage on our action skills as well. So since sadly hide is a thing in this game, let's do this. Alright, so we're fast so far. And with the debuff of Bakugo as well, we're going to still be a little bit faster. Now again, I did forget to activate the second action skill. I'm not going to lie to get the defensive support. But I think in this instance, we're going to be a little bit okay. Alright, so the AoE did do double the damage towards us with those normals as well. Alright, Bakugo has his plus ultra ready to go. Honestly, we could do this right here. Alright, remove your buffs. And then how much damage? 70k? Okay, we'll take that. Alright, plus ultra went down for everybody, sadly. Which sucks, but we are good again because we do have block going for us. Well, actually not. Okay, still active. Let's go. That's what we like to see. Alright, so Bakugo's going first. Momo's going second. And then, look at our boy. He's still last no matter what with that 50% in speed. Damn, that's tough, man. Absolutely tough. Alright, getting rid of all of your things. Now they got evasion, but that doesn't matter to Bakugo whatsoever. 25. Okay, pretty scary. Who's he attacking? Okay, Bakugo. That's fine. Oh, no! Bakugo got killed! Great. Now the whole point of this video went down the utter drain. Damn it. What are we gonna do now? I mean, I guess we can still see how this fight is going to fare out for us, but damn it, that sucks for us right there. Oh my god. That stuff is gonna be getting more viability now because our buff is gonna go away very soon. Alright, let's see how we fare. If we lose, whatever. I'll just do additional magic. Evasion, nice. Alright, AoE, sadly, the Momo is dead. Now we got Shoto here. 2 Shotos. Let's do... we might lose here, I'm not gonna lie. This is looking like a L. Alright, 2,000. AoE. We're still fine, though. We're fine. Alright, 6,000 damage. This Shoto, the Steampunk one, takes him a little bit of time to build up, but once he builds up, we should be chilling for free. They got their plus ultras ready to go, but luckily, the only one who's going to be doing an AoE right here is going to be the Shoto, so everything else we should tank just fine. That's what I'm hoping for anyway. Alright, 1,700. We miss on that one, damn it. Can you kill? No, you can't. 0 damage whatsoever. Ah, my god, both the Shotos were dead, but did we have the block buff active as well? Come on, man. Alright, so with the second fight being an L, let's move on to our third match. And I'm still kind of sad of what happened on the second match. I thought I had all the tech ready to go, but we just got outplayed by the bot. But let's move on to the third match. It's going to be this team right here. Let's get straight into it. I hope we can find another Shoto for the final match, because I am going to be doing an extra match. It's going to be a mystery team match. Hopefully that Shoto just pops up out of nowhere. I am begging to the heavens. Please let me find a Shoto to fight up against. Alright, so we are slow here, sadly. The Shoto is making us slower. Wait, actually, no, wait. Does the Shoto still have the 50% in speed? He does still have the 50% in speed. Hold on, what do you have, Momo? I dead forgot what Momo had. This can't be the okay, you have that support memory. So honestly, we could just do this right here. But then it's not going to work because then Bakugo does have the bullseye up majority of the time. Damn it. Alright, let's just do this. I forgot to swap support memories back. I'm not going to lie. My bad on that. Alright, Shoto gets us for 7,000. AoE. And then we hit him with some nice buffs right there. What's clutch as well is that since Shoto is nullifying 2 status ailments on everybody, we did not get those debuffs whatsoever on the team. So that does come in clutch for us right here. Yeah, this looks fine. No need to use the other things of evasion right now. Until Bakugo's dead, we might as well keep it safe. Alright, next AoE. 8,000. We got not a lot of damage going for us so far. It's going to take a while for us to build up to that point. Alright, so Bakugo's first. Their Momo second. And then third. Damn, why is Midoriya last? You want to explain to me, buddy, why you're last? What? Huh? Nani? Did he remove Shoto's buff specifically? I gotta go back in the footage and see. I don't remember if he removed Shoto's buff specifically. Shoto, what the hell happened, man? Nani? This is turning into a complete failure. I'm not even gonna show the rest of this match. I'm just gonna cut to the next one because the whole point of this showcase is for Shoto. So I did review the footage and I'm gonna show you guys here the footage in slow-mo so you guys can see. The Bakugo did attack the Shoto with his removal buff action skill, and that's what makes Shoto so open to an attack that got him one shot. So one thing that we can already say for free that's very bad about the Shoto is that if he is going up against characters that remove buffs, he is just an open water fish waiting to be hooked, line, and sinkered into automatic death and food on the plate. But now that we got that explanation out the way, we'll move on to our next match, which is going to be this team up here. I know I was going to say more up in difficulty, but I think for the Shoto's case, let's try to get another dub first before we do up. What am I talking about, man? Am I talking about the movie Up, Up, and Away? Before we do go up against the mystery team to end off the video. Okay, so let's do this. Oh, Shoto still has that damn freaking support memory, man. I keep forgetting. But it's whatever. It doesn't matter. He is still getting buffed from that, so that's all that matters to me in terms of skill impact. Alright, so this one is popping off for 4,000. AoE for 10Ks. And then AoE for 6,000. Alright, now honestly, the first character I do want to go, thinking about it right here, is going to be that Midoriya, because that Midoriya is going to be going insane. The steampunk version I am talking about. He's going to be boosting up his pulse ultra damage, and then his action skills is going to go up in damage as well. And he's going to be a juggernaut. Right, so he's going to activate his barrier right here. We're fine, because we took that with the max HP that we currently have with the block. It went away, though, sadly. 20k, yeah, again, buddy, you gotta go. Get out of here, please. Alright, now we are getting the block buff back active since it did go away. 7,000? I get that you got max HP up, but damn, what the hell, buddy? Can you chill for a second? Jeez Louise. Midoriya, I gotta check something. Why are you being last right now? I just need to know why you're being last. Oh. Wait a minute. Huh? Yeah, you got 40% in speed, buddy. Why are you being last? What the hell? That's annoying. Come on, man. You're supposed to be faster than the Shoto. 9,000. Well, 1,900. 1,700. Damn, tanky. 20k. 1,900. And then 8,000. Now he has his plus ultra once again. Wish we had our action skill going right here, but sadly that is not going to be the case. I think someone's dead, if anything. Please let that not be the case. Please let that not be the case. Please let that be the case. Come on, come on, come on, come on. Do not die, die. Do not die. Do not die. And someone's dead. Okay. But now that we got the Hawks in play, this is the counter for this Midoriya specifically. So now this Midoriya is not going to be going off as much as he wants to. Honestly, you know what, Midoriya, since you don't want to die that easily, fine. You don't have to die that easily. But I swear, no matter what, someone's dying. It's going to be you, Shoto. Alright, dodge. Up and active now. Shoto's going to be doing nothing. HP regeneration is active for them. Let's do this. Got our buffs for Hawks. Build them up as much as we can. 21k. And then 3,800. We're doing fine now that Hawks is in play. Again, that Midoriya is not going to be a threat any longer. Alright, Shoto, next turn you're automatically dead. Next turn, once everybody gets the plus ultras, you're automatically dead. No ifs or buts about it. Alright, never mind, you're just dead right now. Nice job from our Shoto. Alright, you dodge that, so Shoto's not taking damage. Our HP is increasing. And then now, it's time to get rid of you. So, oh, actually, we're kind of exposed here. Oh my god, he just murked him with the damage. What the hell? Poor Shoto. Let's pretend that our Shoto right here is the Shoto that we're currently using. Huh, guys? Let's do that. Oh, you're so lucky you're not dead. You're like 100% lucky you're not dead. Now, let's see right here if we can make that happen. Maybe? Yep, okay, dead. And now 21k from you. I mean, now we got Fox 100% Midoriya. Oh, we're fine. Okay, thank God it was piercing shot and not bullseye. If it was bullseye, we would have been 1,000% dead right there. No ifs or buffs about that. We would have been dead for free. 12k per hit. 11k. Now he's dead. Midoriya, you're done, kid. Just stop. Just stop. You're done. You fought a good fight, buddy, but unfortunately, this is the end. Or as I like to say, Jowari da. Okay, please go away. Now I'm begging, go away. Jesus Christ. My God, resilient man. Resilience with a capital R. Dodge that. Get rid of his evasion. Goodbye. Okay, I guess not goodbye yet. How about now? Goodbye? Please? Come on, you're an understanding man, right? Get the hell up out of here. But now that we faced off against our fourth opponent, let's move on to the final match. It's going to be a mystery match, and then we'll talk about Shoto as a whole. Final match up against the mystery team. Let's get this started. Crazy we had to do 5 matches, man. I think this is the most matches I've ever done, besides the Momo showcase being 6, but that's because I had to do it since, you know, I missed out on doing the show. Wait, no, actually, what's the Bakugo showcase? I don't even remember if it was the Bakugo showcase or the Momo showcase, but one of those 2 showcases, I had to do it because I did miss out on it. But with this Shoto specifically, damn, man, be grateful that you're blessed, because normally I do 3. This is an awful matchup for this Shoto right here. The most awfulest matchup that we could ever go up against. Can we at least be faster? We are not faster whatsoever. So what's about to happen right here is that our buff block is going to be removed. So honestly, no. Let's do this right here. Yeah, this is looking like the best bet for us. Since our buff block is going to be removed, let's try to reactivate it. Even though it's not going to be a lot, should be fine. Oh my god. It's not fair, man. It's got the stun. And as you guys can see right here, buff is gone. Insane. Let's do this again. Luckily, there's not going to be any stun here, so we should be fine. 52k? Oh my god, you want to hit him any harder, please? That's got to be the Lady Naga that's like level 130, because ain't no way. Alright, 10k, we got our buff block back. But at what cost do we get the buff block back? At what cost do we get it back, man? Oh my god. You know what, I'm not going to waste any more of you guys' time. Let's go back to the lobby and let's talk about Shoto as a whole. Alright, so let's talk about Shoto as a whole. If you have a different opinion from mine, please let me know down below. But please be respectful about it, because I'm just going off based of my own experience of using the Shoto, my overall thoughts about him. Which is that Shoto's alright, nothing crazy. I mean, it's just that the problem is with this Shoto is that if he gets opened up by a character that removes his buffs, which mind you, there are characters in the meta that are doing that. Talking about like Uraka, Bakugo that we faced off against, Aizawa could do it as well, then he just gets destroyed for free. That man is not living whatsoever unless you have a character on the team that probably gives him last stand, that will make him live a little bit longer than usual. If he had the same effect as Hawks, where he was gaining all his HP back, but gets max HP down every time that, you know, he does gain all that HP, by all means, I think we'll be having a completely different discussion with this character. But since that's not the case, I don't know, man. Maybe again I should have ran him with the purple Momo. Maybe it would have been entirely different, but since we didn't run him with that, it just went bad right there. But with that, that's where we're ending today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed. Be sure to like and comment if you want to. You don't have to, but it's always greatly appreciated. Also subscribe. And with that, I'll see ya next time. Peace.